In the mist-veiled hills of Nambail, two sisters were born under the same moon, cried with the same voice, and laughed with the same soul. They were called Nafula and Nasubo, and the villagers called them the blood twins, not because they were identical, but because their bond was unbreakable, until it was. Nafula, the elder by a heartbeat, was gentle and wise, with a voice like river water and eyes that calmed storms. She was beloved by all, especially by Musa, a wealthy merchant's son from the neighboring valley. Musa had traveled the world, but when he met Nafula at a harvest dance, he declared, "I have seen gold in Egypt and silk in India, but nothing compares to the light in her eyes." Nasubo, though just as beautiful, had fire in her blood. Her smile could charm honey from bees, but her heart burned with hidden envy. From childhood, she had played second shadow to Nafula, always praised less, noticed less, and, now, unloved by Musa. But Nasubo smiled through it all. She braided Nafula's hair on her wedding day, danced at the feast, and even helped carry the bride's sandals. Yet, inside her, a snake was coiling. When Musa gifted Nafula a sprawling homestead and endless fields of cattle, Nasubo's envy sharpened into hatred. Night after night, she watched from her mother's hut as Nafula and Musa walked under the moonlight, laughing, their love growing like wild vines. And so, Nasubo sought out Momakoma, the widow who lived beyond the cursed acacia grove. Momakoma was whispered to be a Mandumugo, a witch who spoke to shadows and stirred bones into powder. "I want her life," Nasubo said, her voice like ash. Momakoma peered into her soul and replied, "There is no return from this path. Blood once spilled never unspills. I have lived in her shadow long enough." Momakoma gave her a charm, a kigonga bead soaked in goat blood, and told her, "Slip this into her porridge, and her sleep will become eternal. But know this, sister's blood is the heaviest blood to spill." Nasubo did it on the night of the moon's rebirth. Nafula never woke. The village mourned. Musa wept beside her body, his cries echoing across the hills like thunder. Nasubo, dressed in white, wept too, but her tears were cold. Weeks later, she comforted Musa. "She would have wanted us to care for each other," she whispered. Musa, hollow with grief, let her in. They wait quietly, and Nasubo finally lived in the house she had once envied. The cattle were hers. The silks, the land, all hers. And yet, every mirror showed Nafula's face. Every whisper of the wind called her name. One night, Musa found a dried kigonga bead hidden in Nasubo's old dress chest. He took it to Momakoma. "She was your sister," Momakoma whispered, her old eyes full of sorrow. Musa said nothing. That night, he left. He rode into the mountains and never returned. Alone in her wealth, Nasubo began to wither. Her cattle died mysteriously. Her house walls cracked. The villagers avoided her gaze. Some said they saw Nafula's ghost walking the hills, holding her braided hair in one hand, whispering her sister's name. One day, Nasubo was found by the riverbank, her body cold, eyes wide, and mouth filled with red petals. And to this day, in the hills of Nambail, when sisters fight too bitterly, mothers warn. Beware the crimson thread. For sisterhood is sacred, and blood remembers.